Red bids, breaking the code, feeling the flow. Bitcoin madness, grinding the globe. Red bids, bitch riding the digital wave.
What is going on? Thank you for tuning into the show that is so bad it might actually be good. We are going to get into some what the fuck news right now. But first, I need to switch up my glasses so we know exactly what is going on. Sometimes I mog, sometimes I got to get down to business, and that is what we are doing now. And what the fuck news? We have Jimmy Carter. He decided to turn 100 and die. He is also the first president that tried to legalize marijuana and prostitution in the same bill. Jimmy, you will be missed. Trump wants Russia does, and I cannot wait to go swimming in the Gulf of Trump. Kate Middleton turned 43 today and does not look a day over 47. Lebanon has a new president after 2 years of counting the voting rocks. The Japanese Yakuza is now in the nuclear weapons business, and I am anxiously awaiting to see their new tattoo updates. On the docket today, XRP looks super bullish. Bitcoin drops to 93,000, triggering about $483 billion in liquidations. Fidelity Investments, they're on board with Bitcoin long term. We have a few nerd picks where we are going to see what they think the market is going to do. And the unleashing of the accelerator. We're going to break down what that means. And this just in, crypto industry agrees that Gary Gensler is a boob. That just came across my desk. Texas court orders Bitcoin investors to reveal $124 million in crypto keys. Block. These guys, they are a Bitcoin treasury firm, and they are almost about to join the S&P 500 just as a Bitcoin firm. The movement is happening under your feet, people. Polkadot's Fala network launches their Ethereum Layer 2 solution, and it is going to bring a ton of good shit with it, like price go up. Coinbase, Google, and AI16Z support DAO, uniting crypto and AI before it kills us all. Chaos to clarity, noise to narrative. It is Thursday, January 9th, and it is time for some rare bits. Normally we pull up the heat map first, but today we are going to look at the crypto greed and fear index. Why? Because it just dropped about 2 hours ago from a 69 in the greed zone to a 50 in the neutral zone. Now let's check in on the market and see what we're talking about. The crypto heat map is absolutely red at the moment, as many things are resetting. Bitcoin trading at $92,640, down 2% on the day, 4% on the week. Ethereum, $3,217, down 3.5% on the day, 6.7% on the week. XRP, $2.26, down 4% on the day, 6% on the week. BNB also down 2% on the day, 2% on the week. Solana down 5% and 9% on the week, coming in at $186. In my Substack, I've been saying that Solana is in a short-term problem. We need Solana to pump before everything really gets pumping. This is an interesting time in the market, and we're going to talk to some analysts who put some interesting stuff out. Looking at top AI meme coins by market capitalization. This is what you also have to keep in mind at this moment in time, is that just in the last 24 hours, the market cap has dropped 13%. Trading volume has dropped 4.37%. I'm not saying this is the end of the AI memes. What I am saying is I started thinking about this today, is the AI bubble. It has to resemble every other tech bubble we've had. Yes, AI is brilliant, it's great, it's making things and life much more efficient, but at some moment, we're just going to get leveled off, and it's going to be a part of life, and it is no longer going to command this attention because it's just going to be ubiquitous. So, does that represent the bubble? Very much like the internet. We thought it was going to change the world, and it did, but it took a long time. Once people finally realized the capacity of it and what we can do with it and where we are, the polish. right? We weren't able to restore that shine. And these bubbles, they are present in every single market cycle. How long do you think the AI market cycle is going to have a bubble? Please leave comments. I will not read any of them. Looking at some of the news that caught my eye today, the US government, it may sell $6.5 billion worth of its Bitcoin stash that it got from Silk Road. So that is an interesting story that I am watching. Is the bottom yet in for Bitcoin? So the recent dip to $93,224, it raised questions about market bottom signals. We're going to get into a bunch of analysts that break it down in different ways, but both are fearing the same outcome. We're seeing major bids moving up into the $93,000 and $92,000 levels, suggesting active buyer interest. So what does that mean? It means as the market corrects and capitulates, there are orders put in to buy as it reaches these marks. Usually that sends it back up in the direction we want it to go. We can watch the volume currently and the number of these orders that are beginning to stack up, and it tells a very interesting story. So we have some key resistance levels to watch. If we break that, I think the bottom we're looking at is about $87,000, worst case scenario. Currently in this $92,000 to $93,000 range, it's this nice pocket where if we can pop off it, I think we're gonna go good. If we don't, if we break down, I think our next level is about $87,000. And then if we bounce off that, I do think we are going to continue to project upwards. So it is just, you have to be patient sometimes. And it is tough if you are new in this game and Bitcoin has suddenly dropped 10, 15%, and you are like, what should I just do with all of my money? But fret not, my friend, because we got this. Liquidity, holy moly. The crypto market experienced tremendous liquidations in the past 24 hours. I'm talking about $483 million, primarily on long positions where people bet the market was going to continue to go up, and it decided to do a reversal, and it just causes this cascading effect. Ethereum led the liquidations as everybody has been betting long on Ethereum at the moment. Spot trading at the moment, just pick some stuff and hold it. The leverage trading, it's, I don't know, the market is so volatile at a time like this. I have not recommended it at a time like this whatsoever, unless you are a 24/7 market participant dialed in. And as you can see, $483 million was just liquidated by people making the wrong choices. It is just a risky bet. It's even risky to hold this stuff. Doubling down, especially at a time like this, you are signing up for disaster or triumph. So it seems like a lot of people felt disaster in the last 24 hours. Solana is in the mix. About on that marketplace, those participants lost about $16.7 million. XRP, $14.1 million. Binance, they've said cha-ching. They handled about 42% of all of these liquidations across the crypto ecosystem. So well done, Binance. And I stumbled across this morning. This is a Fidelity Digital Asset 2025 look ahead, and it is a long read. I actually read it while I was on the shitter, so it was kind of interesting. It's about 60 minutes. I didn't take a 60-minute shit, but it's about a 50, 60-minute read. And why is it interesting? I think it's a great perspective. It's a conservative idea on where we're going. And I think if you are bringing people into this ecosystem, it is a good read for you to pass along for them to consider. I think you can get educated on the crypto space in about 13, 14 hours if you do some specific reading. This is a really interesting dive into their viewpoint on it, and it might entice you enough to do a deeper dive and get involved in the ecosystem. But I do recommend this Fidelity Digital Asset Review. There's a link to it in my Substack today. It breaks down a bunch of really interesting things when we talk about inflation and economic growth and how Bitcoin could actually be a savior for upcoming volatility in those two sectors. So they go deep dive into this stuff. Check out my Substack. It is well worth the read. Next up, we have both Bluntz and Rekt Capital. They are currently expressing some reserved views about the market. They have kind of turned bearish at the moment. I think Bluntz projects a possible drop to $90,000 before completing a corrective wave, followed by a potential surge above $115,000. We have Rekt Capital anticipates trading between $91K and $101,000, looking at bullish momentum continuing for several months before any bearish momentum sets in. And it is all defense for XRP as they have been defending a crucial support level in their 20-day moving average, which coincides with the Bollinger Band median. After dropping about 6.2%, XRP managed a 4.51% recovery before refacing renewed pressure from market-wide selling fucking everywhere. The key now is maintaining the median Bollinger Band level. Holding here takes the bullish outlook, it keeps it intact. It lets us say we are going to continue to move forward. I love where XRP is at. I think it is a good buy at this moment in time, even in this miniature dip. And we talked about this at the top of the show. True liquidity is absolutely on its way. How do I know? Because I follow the volume. I follow these order books that are being placed for upcoming bids as the market maneuvers. So despite these drops from $102,000, I think just 2 days ago, to $92,500, following a strong U.S. job data, right? Real Vision's chief digital analyst, Jamie Coutts, maintains an optimistic outlook. He put together some really interesting charts. He is saying a potential Bitcoin rally will come in the next 6 months, citing expected Federal Reserve interest rate cuts and increased liquidity. The liquidity is the big thing. When we look at these order books lining up to purchase, it makes it a really interesting scenario move forward. And I've talked about this on live spaces before. I think what's interesting about Bitcoin is there will be this price confirmation that hits for different countries, different nation states as we move forward. For, let's say, Saudi Arabia, they may not decide to really get into purchasing Bitcoin until it's at $150,000 or $200,000. There is a number where people just decide, I can no longer ignore this, I need to participate. And when we see that start to happen, the hockey stick up is going to be unstoppable, and it, in my opinion, will never, ever, ever turn around. And then, this is really interesting. I was reading something that was put out by Michael Saylor, and he was talking about what he might do with his Bitcoin when he passes away. And granted, he may donate some of it, but he is thinking about taking a large portion of it and upon his death, burning it, right? Sending it to a null address or putting it on a hard drive and burning that cold storage. And the idea is that the Bitcoin that is left behind becomes even more valuable. And it's an interesting thought process, very interesting. It just gets you thinking about some of the different ways that this currency, this store of value, is going to continue to change the way all of us evolve in the future. So follow the Fidelity folks. They're super smart. They say it is not too late to get on board. So I think it is something worth thinking about. Now, A16Z, these guys are putting together a startup, right? A crypto startup accelerator. This is going to happen in San Francisco. These guys get a bunch of participants. They come up with absolutely fabulous ideas. They throw a bunch of money around to the winners who come up with the absolutely banger ideas. All of this stuff is going to be AI infused moving forward. What's also interesting is we have Fetch.ai. They're trying to do the same thing. They've got about 10 million up going to people that participate in this program, and they are just trying to push the narrative forward at an accelerated pace. So watching what happens as these people come out of these programs is absolutely something to watch. It makes me super happy. It is something to tune into. If you are still craving crypto clarity, please subscribe to my Substack. I put it out every single morning. Warning, rare bits may cause hodling.
We are red bids, breaking the code, feeling the flow. Bitcoin madness, grinding the glow. Red biz, bitch riding the digital wave.